Hello, I'm Amy. Today I would like to talk about how most Chinese people think about Britain and British. So when we mention Britain and the British people, they have lots of thoughts come to our mind. And I asked some of my friends and I checked internet. Lots of things the people think are in the same way about Britain and the British. They have some good sides and also they have some not good sides. Or maybe that's just a kind of stereotype. Let's start with the good side. Britain has a very nice and lovely countryside. From the TV show Downton Abbey and all the creatures, great and small, lots of Chinese people love the countryside of UK. We don't have that. And second, British people are too polite. Seems they are always saying please, sorry, excuse me, and even though sometimes it is not necessary. And Britain has a royal family that we don't have. And as I know, even inside China, there has a fan group of the royal family. And since everyone knows British like drinking tea, they can drink tea all day long and they have the elegant afternoon tea and British black humor. These five are kind of good sides. Let's see other thoughts. First, the weather in the UK is always cloudy. It's so hard to see the sun. That's why when the sun comes out, lots of people just want to take off their clothes to have a sunbathing. And the water in the UK is very hard that cause your hair loss. And I heard the weather and the water problem from lots of Chinese people who went to UK to study, to work, to live. That's their common problems in UK. And I have to say, these two are objective facts. And about the water problem, I heard the boldness rate of Britain ranks the fifth in the world. So it's not that bad, right? And the third one, the UK doesn't have tasty food except fish and chips. About this seems everyone in the world knows. But I do like my husband's response. Yes, I know we don't have nice food, but we still managed to survive. And we have great breakfast. If you want to live well in UK, please have 3 breakfasts in one day. That can solve your problem. The fourth one, the British are bad at math. I don't know in other country do the people think this way about British people, but inside China, most people do think this way. And also they have some examples about this. The most famous one is the Prime Minister Cameron refused to answer what is 8 multiplied 9. He was worrying, giving the wrong answer. And another one is lots of people cannot calculate like 1 pound minus 20 pence, something some very simple math calculation problems like this. So that's why lots of people have their thoughts about British people. British people are bad at math. In the past 12 years in China, my husband has been asked lots of times about this question. And every time he just laughed. Yes, we don't have the good mathematical calculation ability in daily life. But this is not equivalent to the mathematical ability. And I searched on internet as well. There has a 6 person from the UK won the Fields Medal, and it ranks 4th globally. And this really can show a country's mathematical research ability. But about this, I think most Chinese people, they don't know. They just think about the British people are bad at math because of their calculation problem ability. They just formed their stereotyped image by the information they got on the internet. And the last one, lots of Chinese people think the British are very cold, very reserved, and sometimes they are very arrogant. About this, I have my opinion. After 12 years living with a real typical British, I think they are just very concerned about their privacy, and they do have a very strong sense of boundaries. So this is kind of a culture difference. So different culture and different background make the people form the different thoughts. A British joke that my husband shared with me long time ago, but it impressed me. So I still remember very clearly, and I think this joke shows the British humor and shows why they are so calm and so restrained. In a bus stop, lots of people are waiting the bus, and some people are complaining the bus is late. And one guy just said, yesterday there was a bomb on the bus, so that's why today's bus is late. And then somebody just said, that's just a bloody bomb, and it happened yesterday. We don't live in yesterday, we live now, we live in today. That is really a good joke. For me, it really stands for the British humor and the British attitude to the things. So for my understanding, my own opinion, that is because the Britain got through the 2 world wars and lots of terrorist attacks and Brexit, all these kind of issues. That's why they are able to handle and face all kinds of situations and problems calmly. Okay? At last, as a British man's wife, I would like to say, to me, the Britain is a quite strange yet charming country. British are as well. If you have some new opinions about Britain and British people, please let me know in the comment. Have a good day. Bye bye.